Hi, teachers and leaders. Our team is super excited to share our brand new pacing guide tool with all of you. This new and improved version is going to make mapping out standards and objectives a breeze, and we're confident that it's going to save you a lot of time and energy throughout the school year. First, you can access the new pacing guide tool in two locations in Terra. One of them is the calendar page, and then from the classes page when you click into one of your class folders. To create your pacing guide from either location, click the Create button in the top right corner of your screen, and then select Pacing Guide. So from here, we're going to need to assign the pacing guide to a specific class folder. So this is already on first grade math because I was already in that class folder. But this helps keep you organized if you have multiple preps or plan for different levels. If you've already created a unit, you can assign the pacing guide to a specific unit folder too. You can also create a new class folder and a new unit right here by clicking these buttons. So once you have that set, you're going to click Add Week. Next, you're going to give your week a title. So this also helps with unit organization and planning for assessments. Finally, select the dates for the week here. So I'm just going to click all 5. So each calendar date that you select here will combine into one fluid lesson plan in your Terra Lesson Planner dashboard, and if you export to print the plan. So now it's time to schedule your standards and objectives and really build out your pacing guide. So when you click on the Add Standards button, you'll see that you have the option to set which standards you teach and save them for the future. Our standards library contains learning standards for all 50 states, plus various organizations, universities, and prep programs. So saving your settings and filters basically filters out the other standards so that you can find what you need super quickly. You can also use this search bar to find a specific learning standard. You would just enter the standard tag here, and then your standard would populate below. To make sure that it's the correct standard for your lesson, you can click the plus sign next to the standard to view the description. You'll also see that you can view when you last covered this learning standard and which standards you haven't covered yet. We added this feature to help you plan for the future and maybe build in some days for remediation if you need to. So once you found what you're looking for, you're just going to check the box next to the standard to add it to that calendar date. Then click Apply and Save. So now you'll see that the standards you selected now appear next to the date. And if you want to edit the standards you selected, you just click the standards and make some adjustments. To make things even easier, we've built in a copy standards feature. So this is super useful if you're teaching the same standard over multiple days or if you want to go back and teach the same standard. And the next text box allows you to write a learning objective for each calendar date. And you can use this paperclip icon here to attach any type of file or document, student handout to the calendar date and lesson plans. This is super useful if you want to attach student materials, exit tickets, assessments, that kind of stuff. So if your school provides curriculum like Engage New York, or if you have your own plans, maybe from last year, that you want to use for this lesson, you can import the lesson plan document where it says Import Plan. You'll be able to view that plan and add internalization notes in the lesson planner. So if you're creating your own plans, you'll be able to come back in and plan individual lessons after you complete your pacing guide. So if you scroll to the bottom of your text box here, you'll see an Add Days button. So you can use this to add more days to this lesson plan. For example, if you wanted to plan for 10 days and you wanted them combined into one fluid lesson plan, then you would use this feature here. Otherwise, to continue planning your pacing week to week, you would click Add Week at the top. So if you're adding weekly plans at a time, you'll basically go through the same process as we did the first time. And all of these weekly plans will appear at the top right here, and you can toggle in between them. When I was a teacher, I used to use Sunday to create a weekly plan for my students. So I definitely would have used this option so that I could plan an entire week of lessons from one screen. So these weekly plans will also appear as separate plans in your class folder, unit folder, and dashboard. So finally, once you finish pacing your unit, module, month, quarter, or whatever you are pacing for, you're going to click Set Pacing Guide. So this will schedule the standards, objectives, and titles straight to your Terra calendar. And you'll see that these are separate plans in my unit folder here. Then we can click on the calendar to view them scheduled out. When you're ready to add details and actually plan out your lessons, you can click the Actions drop-down and then Edit Plans. This will take you straight to the lesson canvas. You can add some more details, and you can also do this straight from your Terra calendar page as well. And the last thing I want to mention is that if you're an instructional coach or you'd like to share this pacing guide with other members of your school team, recommend sharing the entire folder. So you can share a unit folder, a folder for a quarter, a whole year. And to do this, you're going to click the share icon. So once you click the share icon, you're going to enter the email address of the teacher that you would like to share it with. And then once the teacher receives the pacing guide, it is their own personal copy, and any edits that they make will not impact your original guide.